I have quite a story. My husband and I cheated on each other last year. Ever since he found out about me, it's been daily abuse on his end, mostly verbal, but it has escalated to physical a couple of times. Let me give you a bit of a backstory. We have been married 7 years but have been together longer. We were pretty open with our sex life a couple of years after getting married. Since it was always a fantasy of his, we had threesomes and he liked sexting other women. At first I would get jealous, but I eventually got used to it. Early in our marriage, he confessed to me he had sex with a sex worker when we had just started dating, then getting a happy ending massage a few months into our marriage, and a couple of years later going to a strip club and getting a lap dance. He came back sad, feeling horrible with himself, and I appreciated his honesty, so I forgave him and moved on. He began to disrespect me more as time passed. He was addicted to porn ever since we were married, and when I confronted him about it, he said it was his business and would not stop. I was never a jealous girl, but he began buying OnlyFans subscriptions. He preferred to masturbate instead of actual sex. I found screenshots of a bunch of women, even a couple of my friends, and that started bothering me. Every time I would bring it up, he would explode. He began to make ugly comments about my appearance, that I was ugly, he didn't love me, etc. Every time I mentioned something that bothered me, he would say I was bitching. So I started harboring a lot of resentment and anger towards him. Then I made the horrible decision to have an affair with an old coworker. I spoke to him for a whole month. I slept with the other person once. And as soon as the actual sex happened, I cut it off. I felt disgusted, horrible, but I hid it. Strangely, we started doing a lot better after, but it was eating me up alive having to hide it. I denied it to my husband when he was suspicious. I was terrified of what his reaction would be since he had a very bad temper. No excuse, I should have been honest. He ended up finding out later, and I kept telling bits and pieces until I finally fully confessed. He ended up sleeping with 2 women after and doing sexual acts with another 2. Within the span of 3 months, I began going to therapy to find out the reasons and work on my character flaws, because I never want to be a person who can harm someone the way I did. And I will never excuse my actions because no matter what, nobody deserves betrayal. Now my husband is the one who is on that path of revenge. He brags about the sex and the girls he talks to, makes nasty comments to and about me. It hurts me to see that he is on such an angry and painful path. We have 2 kids and 1 on the way. Horrible timing, I know, but we found out about the pregnancy at the same time he found out about the affair. I try and understand that some of his actions might be fueled by his anger and hurt, but I'm not even sure if the marriage is worth saving anymore. It's been too much hurt these past months, and even though I know I'm capable of forgiveness, and I always try to see the best in people, I know he isn't like that. He's never wanted to take accountability for any of his actions. I feel he will always